Welcome back, Washed Up Walkons fans, to episode 198, which is set to be one of the most legendary episodes that we've ever recorded because we're back with one of my boys, a brother from another mother, a dude who comes from the same type of soul, cut from the same type of cloth as your boy, just cut from the cloth of the chosen one, as I like to call him. Let's go with the hometown hero. Let's go with the real rookie of the year. And last but not least, when you refer to him, don't forget world champ. Tristan Wirfs, welcome back to the podcast, baby.
What up, what up, what up?
Dude, what is going on, Tristan? What is your life, dude?
I mean, nothing much right now. I'm just packing up.
He said nothing much. Nothing much. You're in Tampa still right now?
Yeah.
And you're gonna come back to Iowa, or where are you going?
Yeah, I'm coming back to Iowa City. I'm gonna start training on Monday.
Oh, nice.
Yep.
So I've heard rumors, and this is from.
You're gonna live with Shooter again?
No, I got my own place.
You
Gosh,
should.
damn it.
You should live with Shooter just for good times.
I mean, I'll probably. I'm going to Benton Street. Got to visit it.
Of course, dude.
Yeah. Legendary. I mean, it doesn't get any better. But back to, so I have some deep Mount Vernon sources.
Okay.
And I've heard rumors that they're changing the name of the town in honor of you. And if that's true, when is that happening? When's the ceremony? And am I invited?
I don't know if they're going to change the name of the town. I did hear about like a parade.
You're for sure getting the key to the city, dude. Even though there's no gates and the key doesn't open anything, you're for sure getting it.
At least like I got to get the key to like the stoplight, the one stoplight in our town. Do something fun.
Oh my God. You're a Super Bowl champion, man.
It's crazy, isn't it?
How big of a whirlwind has the last 365 days been?
I mean, the biggest.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Even back to I checked just for reference. We had you on the podcast, 2-time guest now, one of few. We've only had a few 2-time guests. There's maybe a handful. So Tristan, that's a huge honor. And honestly, probably should feel better about that than the Super Bowl championship.
Right.
Two-time guest.
What was it was like right before the draft last time I was on, wasn't it?
No, we had you on in January. So it was like right at the end of January, January 27th, episode 84 of the Walkons, if you want to go back and listen to that. And it's kind of funny to listen to. I listened to some of it. I actually called out that you were going to be a Pro Bowler, and someone fucked me on that. I'll be real honest. Someone screwed me over there.
And I want to know what odds we could have got on you for Rookie of the Year. It's honestly a shame that I didn't bet it because that's bad on my part. But, I mean, absolute fucking robbery, and I'm putting that out there on this podcast for everybody.
Seriously.
The Rookie of the Year had a great year. He's, slung it around, threw a couple touchdowns, whatever. I mean, if you go look at this fucking guy's stats now, go look at Tristan's stats. Come on now. It's Rookie of the Year.
I mean, it was –
here he goes. Here, I can see it in Tristan's eyes. He's about to go, it was a good year. What?
That's just how it goes, being an offensive lineman. It's quarterbacks and wide receivers and everything. Like they get all the stuff, and that's all right. It was a fun year. I liked it.
You got the trophy. You got the ring.
Exactly. I would rather have that than Rookie of the Year.
100%, dude. 100%.
So Anthony was on, and he said that winning the Super Bowl, like he said that he thought winning a couple games at Iowa were absolutely incredible. And he's like, man, how can it get much better than this? He's like, the NFC Championship was 50 times better, and the Super Bowl was 100 times better than any win he's ever had. So where is that rank on your scale?
That's very accurate.
I'm so jealous.
Like, winning. I thought winning bowl games, we won the Pinstripe Bowl. That was pretty cool.
It wasn't lit. It wasn't that lit. Let's be honest.
The swing, or that was awesome. And I was like, this is elite. And then, the NFC Championship game, that was different because I was like it got so close, at the end of the game, we were like, I don't know, we're just like battling the clock and everything. And then like after we won that, you know, just knowing you're going to the Super Bowl.
Oh my God. It was like knowing you were going to the Big Ten championship, except for like you were actually going to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm sure like it would have been way better, like celebration wise, if there were fans and everything.
Yeah.
But like, just know, okay, so like my mom was sitting up in like the nosebleeds, and the Super Bowl too. They were like way up. The Super Bowl was awesome. I'm gonna skip to that. The NFC Championship game, unreal. That was so cool. But the Super Bowl, like, I remember when we won. Like my mom, my girlfriend, my Coy Kirkpatrick.
Yeah, I saw that he was down there.
My cousin, my sister, and like I was down on the field, and like during warm-ups, I always try and like spot where my mom and family are sitting, and like I went out to warm up and I couldn't find them, and I texted my mom, I was like, where are you guys sitting? And she told us. So like we went out there to do like our team warm up, and I spotted them. I was like, okay, it's just like I don't know, just knowing where they're at. And then after the game, you know, we're celebrating. And I look up and I see him. I'm like, let's go. Just see him because a lot of the family had come down, but like Coy was still up there, and he had this sign and he was waving it back and forth. I was just pointing up to him. Then like my mom and girlfriend came out, and just like we're running on the field. Oh, unreal.
Did you cry, bro? Did you cry? Yeah. You have to cry. There's no way.
Until I hugged my mom. Like I seen him. I was like, where are they at? Where are they at? Because it took forever for the family to come on the field. And like, I ran over there and I hugged my girlfriend. And I hugged my mom. And I was just like, you know, I was just holding her, and I just started bawling. I was like, son of a gun, dude.
Dude, that's all you are. You're a big baby, man. You're just you're just one big kid, bro. Oh my God. Listening to you just makes me happy. Like listening to the story makes me happy. I can't imagine how actually living it feels.
It was crazy.
The Super Bowl, let's be honest. I'm going to be honest here. Tom Brady does not sign with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You're probably not a Super Bowl champion.
Yep.
Let's just be real here. Oh, yeah. So the last time we had you on, Tom, he had not made that decision yet.
Mm-hmm.
He makes that decision about a month before you get drafted. And, well, I guess take us through the draft night. And because we didn't even talk about that. You get drafted. What number did you go? 13?
13.
And
let me tell you what.
Which, first of all, the disrespect, man.
First of all, fuck the Arizona Cardinals to the moon. I wanted to move from the state of Arizona immediately after the 8th pick in the draft, dude. Me and Tristan had plans to hang out all the time, and Arizona was going to be lit, and it was going to be the best thing ever. They pass on him, and I'm ready to burn the whole state down. I'm ready to just drop matches in all of the desert areas and just burn the state to the ground.
Yeah, and that's real. I remember you texting the Benton chat that you were just on fire.
But listen, man, everything worked out and happens for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
And my guy goes from winning the first bowl game he ever plays in to winning the first Super Bowl he could ever play in. I mean, the guy's just on a roll. Have you lost a bowl game? Have you lost? You've never lost a game for a trophy in the postseason, dude.
I'm convinced Tristan hasn't lost anything in his life at this point.
I know
things are going pretty good.
And you're not losing any money to property taxes in Florida. Like, that signing bonus goes a lot further than George's money out in San Francisco, dude.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
What's the dumbest thing you've bought? Like, okay, so George was just on Bussin' with the Boys, and he said, you know, George has stupid money now, right? Yeah. You have stupid money compared to with that signing bonus. Oh my God. And let's not even talk about your next contract, because sheesh. Oh, we're getting too fat for me.
Well, as long as Tom's staying in Tampa, we're just going to focus on the next Super Bowl.
Right.
And then the next one after that.
Right.
And then we'll worry about the contract.
Sure.
Fuck, he can have 2 more rings.
But George talked about how he went out, and he's not one, like most people, even at least smart people, don't go out and they just don't buy stupid shit like for no reason. But George went out and they went to Vegas him and his boy Trent, and they had the Gucci store was in their hotel, and he just went down and smacked the Gucci flip-flops in the face and just bought them. And he said that's the dumbest purchase he's had. Like, they're just flip-flops. They're the same as like the Nike flops that we got at Iowa, but they're $800 or whatever they are, $400. Have you, like, just on a whim been somewhere and you're like, yeah, fuck it, I'm buying it?
Oh,
You've got a couple mean ass trucks.
Yeah, but those are worth something. That's not a dumb purchase, right?
They're not dumb purchases. They're just expensive. They're just, I mean, 2 is a little excessive because you can't drive 2 at the same time.
This is true.
Yeah. I mean, I love my trucks. Like that's like, I've always loved trucks. Like growing up, I wanted to have a truck, and I got an F-250 and an F-150. And Drake, you probably talking about like the Dodge that I had, the black one.
I was talking about the big boy.
Oh yeah, so my 250. I love that one.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, trucks are my thing. I like trucks. So 2 of them, having 2, yeah, that's you can't drive 2, but I like to switch off.
Hell yeah.
But other than that, I mean,
been pretty smart. I mean, we can see the digs, right? Like,
he bought a great piece of property, and that's as smart as it gets.
Bought a little house
down here. It's nice. It's like 30 minutes from the facility, but I mean, I got like an acre and a half, and for down here, I mean, that's a good chunk. I don't got people like right on top of me.
A lot.
I like it out here.
Coach, we just had Coach Polasek on.
Yeah.
Absolute legend. Right?
Stallion. Damn near.
What?
Me and him talk damn near every day.
Yeah, and so we asked him about you, and he said first off that the biggest thing about you is that you're just such a good person. Like, he didn't even want to talk about how great of a football player you are, but he told us the story of when you bought your house and you FaceTimed him, and then you guys were like, "Hey, let's get KF on the call." And then KF joined the call, dude. What was that?
The fact that you were on a 3-way FaceTime with KF and Polasek is beyond legendary.
It was, shoot, I think it was after like a big game. It was after. Oh my God! I
think he said it was after the NFC Championship.
I think it was. It was after the NFC Championship game.
No. He said that but the story that Kluver's talking about is when you bought your house and you were showing him around on the FaceTime.
Okay. The one where KF got on, I think it was after the NFC Championship game.
Oh, okay. That's even better.
And what was that? I mean, what is he? So, he get on and say, "Oh shit, all right. Oh, Tristan, huh?"
Well, he couldn't like. So we called it like 3 times because me and Coach P were drinking like over FaceTime together.
Right, hey, I don't have anything to shotgun. I got nothing, but I'm cracking it open.
There's a Oh Jesus! So for those watching the YouTube, Drake's drinking a Bud Light, Tristan's drinking a Busch Light. He's basically the poster child for Busch at this point.
Okay, so yeah, me and Coach P were on FaceTime, just talking and drinking, and then we're like, he's like, should we call KF? Because he asked me like when the last time I talked to him was. I was like, I had texted him, a couple of times throughout the season, or he had texted me, and I, would text him back, but I was like, I don't know the last time I actually talked to him.
Right.
And he's like, all right, let me get him on. And so we called him, or like just did, added him into the FaceTime.
Yep.
And he didn't answer. And Coach P's like, I know he's awake. And so he tried, and like something like was happening. It like somebody was trying to get on, and Coach P's like, I don't think he can figure it out. So we like gave it like a couple minutes and tried it again, and he got on. And like it was nice getting to talk to him. I haven't talked to Coach in a long time, and it's just like, for me, like I was nervous, like whenever like Coach, KF would come up to you like in the weight room or something and talk to you, like that's just how I always was. But just talking to him was awesome. He was talking about, saying congratulations, and like we were talking about Nelly and how the season was going, and he was on for probably 15 minutes. We talked to him, but yeah, that was pretty cool.
Wild. So we talked to Nelly, and what is it like to, I mean, maybe it's not that cool, but What's the experience like having another guy that you played with in college, almost living the same story? I mean,
Yeah.
Just right there with you in Tampa, hundreds of miles away from Iowa City, both Iowa kids now transplanted it over into, the Southeast. Is that, you ever just look at each other and go, bro, what is life?
I mean, so like when I first came down here, like it was awesome having him, having Nelly here too. Cause like that was the first time I'd been out of the 30-mile Lynn County, Johnson County bubble, and, I came down and Nelly texted me. He was down here too, over the summer. And he's like, hey, we're going over to this field if you want to come run with us and train with us and stuff. I was like, absolutely, cause like, I didn't know where I was going to, cause I moved down like May 31st, so I get used to the heat. Cause, you guys remember.
Feel lost?
Did I what?
Did you feel lost? Like you got transplanted into like a different universe? Cause when moved to Arizona by myself, I just got to my new house and I sat there and I'm like, wow, like this might have been a mistake.
100%. Cause I remember like my mom and my uncle, like we drove down from Iowa and we got an apartment. They were down here for like 3 days, kind of just getting me settled in. And then when they left, like I was just there by myself. And, my mom's always been at least 20 miles away. I could call her, go down there or something and go to her house. And then I was just down there by myself. I was like, I was like, now what, but having Nelly down here was just nice. Kind of made me feel more comfortable. And there was there was like probably a week where I was down here by myself. Like my girlfriend came down after that, but I would just like go drive around Tampa just so I could like get my bearings and everything and see where places are at. But yeah, it was definitely weird when I first moved down here.
You go up against Nelly in practice?
We did in camp and one-on-ones a couple times. Okay. Not too often though.
Obviously scout team, practice squad going up against. Yeah. So
let me ask you this. Hold on. How much has your football knowledge increased being Tom's right tackle?
So much. Like just like being in the league, it has gone up a ton. Like, cause Coach P, that was like a big thing. Me and him were like talking about, coming into the NFL. He's like, cause like in college, I kind of would just go out there and like, like I knew what to do and everything. But just like situational awareness was, like,
you were still a kid, man. You were a young kid playing football still.
And a lot of times you could win with your athleticism. Like, let's be honest, similar to how Drake and I and a lot of guys who we played with at Iowa in high school, like, dude, my knowledge of defensive scheme, I don't think I have any, but I played middle linebacker in high school and I was just athletic. And so I didn't dominate. I wasn't Josie Jewell, but I did well. I was one of the better guys. To some extent, you were on that level in college. Like, you could just get away with it. It's a little bit on a higher level because you're, especially on the line, because you're working with other guys. But in the league, that doesn't just work all the time, Yeah.
But like you said, just defense, like recognizing defenses and stuff, and knowing. I think for me, like knowing what you're going to get on certain downs, like DNs and stuff, like they'll like on third down. The NFL, they know it's a pass. Like they know it's a pass. Like at Iowa, we'd run the ball sometimes on third down, but like they know it's a pass. They're going to give you their best stuff. So I think my football knowledge like grew quite a bit, coming to the NFL.
I was going to go back to Tom as well. You get drafted to the Bucs 13th. I saw the video of you like on FaceTime with like Buccaneers media or whatever, like somebody on draft night. Did Tom give you a call or text or something?
He messaged me on Instagram. I didn't see it.
Wow.
He left Tom on red, bro.
Yeah.
What?
So, like, we're just going, because like.
I mean, you have a million messages, of course.
Yeah. Twitter blowing up, Instagram, Snapchat, my text. And like, I'm trying to go through all these messages and I'm scrolling through Instagram and I see it and it said delivered like 19 hours ago or 20 hours ago. I was like,
oh no.
I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what do I do? Do I just like see it? I just
do I ask for a trade?
Yeah. I can't wait to get to work or something like that. And I I pretty much did the same thing back to him. I was like, thank you. You know, I'm so excited. You know, can't wait to start grinding or something. And I sent it and I was like, I'm not looking at it until, you know, and, but yeah, I was pretty nervous when I saw that when he messaged me.
That's wild, dude. So Drake, this is where we understand that we're on a different, like in life, Tristan's on another world. KF texts him, checks in on him. He gets DMs from Tom Brady. You and I.
Well, here's a cool question. Who's the craziest? So you had an insane season and you didn't get any recognition at the beginning, but towards the end of the season, everybody was like, yo, listen, if they would ever give the rookie of the year to anybody that wasn't a skill position player, Tristan would be rookie of the year. Like, this guy is insane. Like, you were actually getting the media attention. Who's the coolest person you've gotten, like, reached out to you?
Oh,
like Eminem or Jay-Z or something.
Too many to count.
No, nothing like that. So do you guys remember? I don't know if you remember the Instagram story I posted right before the NFC Championship game, like that morning when I walked out on the balcony,
yeah, and it was snowing.
It was snowing. I walked out there barefoot and I used to watch Kyle Long, who played for the Bears, number 75, and I was like, this is football weather, you know, like on my, and he swiped up my story on Instagram and he said, fuck yes. And I was like, oh my God, you know, it's like growing up and everything. And that just got me jacked up. Like I was pumped seeing that. But other than that, Tom has messaged me. Kyle Long. I messaged David Bakhtiari a little bit. That was pretty cool.
Dude, it sucks that he tore his knee up. I'm so glad he got his money before he tore his knee up.
I know. That was terrible.
Is the money, so we've mentioned the money a couple times, and it gets pretty crazy. What's in your first year, what are some things you've seen or just experiences you've had where you realize the NFL is truly a business? This isn't college anymore. This is a money-making machine.
So it was it just kind of threw me off. I think it'll throws everybody off, but your first camp, at camp, you're, you know, locker buddies with somebody one day and then you come back the next day and all their stuff's gone. That just kind of, I'd heard, you know, you hear about that, but just actually experiencing it, it was the fourth day of camp or something. I can't remember, but the dude next to me, all of his stuff was just gone. That kind of threw me off, right?
You were like, oh shit.
Yeah. You're like, wait, that was my friend.
Yeah.
What the hell, dude?
You know, it's just it's crazy.
When you walked in, so on the podcast we did previously, I said something at the end hey, you're a freshman again. How does the 2 years compare? When you walked into Iowa City, the learning curve of learning college football and well, I guess it really wasn't a new city right down the road, but, you know, a bunch of new friends, a bunch of new teammates. You're trying to figure out school. Now in the league, it was, I got to figure out how to be the elite of the elite, go against the best of the best, learn a pro system, learn Tampa Bay. That's a huge part of it. What was the comparison there?
Yeah. So I think, you remember when at Iowa, your freshman year, you come in the summer, it's just you guys, just the freshmen, you know, out running, doing all that. I remember we had our ramp up period this year. It's we're lifting and running and everything. And there were vets in that, guys that are 29, 30 years old that have kids and everything and, you know, doing conditioning with us. And so I think that was different, but then your first camp, you're not just, you're thrown in, I was thrown in kind of, you know, in freshman year of college and rookie year. But I think, you know, this year was tougher because I was going against JPP and Shaq Barrett right away. I remember there were some days where you know, during the team period, I'm taking my set, you know, in team pass and I blink and Shaq's behind me, you know, just running by Tom. I was like, oh my goodness.
And you thought I just killed Tom Brady.
I know that's exactly what would go through my head. I was I would kind of imagine if that's a game, you know, I'm he's, you know, he's done.
I would say that if that's a game, our season just ended. Like that's it.
So like that was really frustrating. And like I'd come home some days like after like I didn't have like a bad day, but it'd be like, you know, Shaq would just like smoke me, you know, for three team periods. And I'd come home and be like, I don't know if I can do this. But then I think like once you settle in and you know, realize that it's just football, like, you know, do what you know how to do and don't let the nerves get the best of you. You know, I was all right.
Who's the toughest dude you had to block? Because you went up against the whole gambit of defensive ends in the league this year.
Yeah. So I really liked getting to go against, you know, all those guys. Like, you know, I went against Cam Jordan 3 times. You know, I went against Joey Bosa.
Yeah, wait. Cam who? We renamed him Cam Wirfs, bro. It was Cam Wirfs. You're his daddy.
I mean, he's like a big defensive end. So like, yeah. I remember I had like a headache after all those games because he'll like, you know, he'll come off the flying off the edge. He's like 280, you know, something like that.
At least, yeah.
Come flying off the edge, put his foot in the ground and bull rush you.
He'll do the old budget, just put his face right in your noggin. So,
you know, he's good. And then Joey Bosa, and Joey Bosa was throwing a bunch of moves at me. So like, and that was cool because like Shaq did the same thing in camp. Like he had all these moves I'd never even seen before. And I think Khalil Mack takes the cake though.
He has to, right? He's a mutant freak.
Yeah, and some are saying that you're trash because he threw you after that one play. What do you have to say to the haters on that one? The one play that was first of all, it was over. And yeah, I don't think people who don't understand football, they haven't played, how sometimes like the whistle stops, but you're in motion, your body is moving one way. Yeah. And there's no good way to like just completely shut it down. It's not like you can just, oh, I'm done, and everybody stops moving. Yeah. And it looked like you were ready to stop and go on to the next play just a tad earlier, and Khalil just decided to be an absolute dick.
I mean, it was like there was only one comment I saw that I didn't like. He's like, he's probably never been thrown like that in his life. I was like, I wrestled for, 12 years, my whole life. I was like, I've been thrown like that quite a bit. But I just remember like, so he got past me and I was just kind of like trying to run him by. Like I was kind of like buried in his shoulder. Mm-hmm. And I just remember like him stick his arm out like at Tom. And I didn't know if Tom like stepped up or nothing. So I was like, I'm just going to keep driving. If, maybe he got out of it, maybe he didn't. Mm-hmm. And then like, I was kind of like behind him going, like I was leaning forward and then all of a sudden he, steps out of the way and, lat drops me. I was like, fair enough. And I just hopped up and went back to the huddle. And then I remember going on Twitter after that game. Oh, that's all I saw.
I was just going to ask, are you a big social media guy? You got like Josie will go in and for self-punishment, search his name after a bad game.
Yeah.
Do you do any of that, or how do you handle like the haters?
I think I'm kind of like that. If I have if I don't do as well as I want, I'll go just to see, like, it's kind of like motivation, and, I try not to do it like too often because you don't want to get sucked in. I remember KF telling us a story about Marshall Yanda. He said he was looking at that stuff too much and like found it like after they won the Super Bowl. KF told us, he's like, he found himself like looking at that too much, and so I don't try, like, that's always stuck. I did the same thing in college too. Like I would, you search your name in Twitter and see what, people are saying. But I try not to do it like a whole lot just so I don't get, like I'm jerking myself off,
Yeah, man. I'm the opposite. I just try to hide from that. Same with Drake. Drake pussied out of Twitter.
No.
Drake got ran off Twitter because his feelings get hurt.
That's
really,
not true.
Really bad. And yeah, that's what people are saying, at least.
I left Twitter because two of my buddies named Tyler and Kevin
we got hurt. We were
about what I was posting. Mm-hmm. And they also didn't like that they were getting grouped in to my shenanigans. So I said, okay, for the betterment of the team, after they got mad at me for how many times, I deleted it.
Yeah.
That's the story.
I remember.
Puss out.
Oh, right. I remember now. That sounds right. So you recently posted an Instagram picture and I don't know if you're sponsored or what, but there was a lot of Buffalo Wild Wings. And let me just say, Tristan, that I'm not a jealous person. I think when my wife and I were dating in high school and then we had some spots where, we would break up and, we were on and off, there were probably some times where I got jealous that like if she was with some other guys, hanging out, but I'm not a jealous person. I've never been more jealous in my life than when you posted that picture. I looked actually at my wife, Lauren, and said, they sponsored an Instagram post. He gets all the wings he wants, and I'm pissed. I'm livid. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that was pretty cool actually. So like the Buffalo Wild Wings at Tampa Bay, they came out with this new sauce after we won the Super Bowl. Like it was like the Tampa Bay sauce.
Oh,
it was fire. It was so good. But
God.
There were a couple of us that like, they had us. They like sent us a bunch of wings, like appetizers and everything. We like, we took a picture with it and like tagged the Tampa Bay sauce. Like it was so good.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't tell what it was, like if it was like mixed with something, like what sauces it was, but
you housed it.
Yeah, it was fire. But it was like me, my buddy, Alyssa Romano. She works for my agency Octagon, and my girlfriend really like, after we got it all like situated, took the pictures and everything, we just went to town.
That's unbelievable. Old Cap Mall, Buffalo Wild Wings. Oh yeah. They should have sponsored me in college. Could have had a polecat sauce or something, because I frequented. I would order on Tuesday nights. I would eat we'd have the complex meal, and I'd like nibble on it sometimes because I knew it was buy one get one, and at the Old Cap. And I would throw in the order and ride that 50cc moped straight downtown, pick myself up 20 honey barbecue, and just go home.
Barbecue? Okay.
Oh yeah, I'm weak when it comes to sauces. I don't get extravagant or crazy, but I would go home and eat it like I hadn't had a meal in a month. I mean, it was disgusting. He's laughing at me.
Just walk.
Is that your girlfriend?
Yeah, she was outside.
Tell her hello. She's a stallion. She's an absolute thoroughbred.
They say hello.
Dude,
she says
how
hi.
does she possibly stay up with you when you're having the old whiskey sour Snapchat night? How does she stay up to you till 3 a.m. every single time?
She does pretty good. The whiskey sours, those are my thing now. I love making those.
Drake, I'll give you the answer. And here's the answer. Ready? They're still kids, dude.
True.
They're not, you and we're basically grandpa now. Like 27's coming this year. And Tristan, I mean, he should still be in like, it feels like you're just a big 11th
Theoretically,
grade.
You should still be a redshirt junior, right?
Yeah. So I didn't redshirt, so I would have been a senior this year.
God.
Yeah. So or a redshirt junior in our case.
Yeah.
Yeah. Many a summit night back then.
Right. I just turned 22 and she just turned 21.
God. So there you go. That's how they stay up to Tristan. I go to bed at 8:30, dude. All right, let me tell you. I get 8 hours. I go to bed at 8:30, and I'm basically worthless.
During the season, I usually take my melatonin around 8:30.
Dude, are you a CBD guy?
Yeah, you got to get on the CBD dream, boy.
Is that good? I'm a big melatonin. I started in freshman year of college because the dorm beds. I'm not even in like a tall bed. I'm 6'5". I'm not that tall, like basketball player. There's beds, but I could not sleep in those. That was so uncomfortable, and I'd be so tired. Like during the season, you're tired. You got your school. You get home from meetings, and I would just lay in my bed at night, just exhausted, and I couldn't fall asleep. I was like, I got so mad, so I started taking melatonin, and that really helped. But
first of all, you have to get a CBD sponsorship.
Yeah, I was just.
You're way too good of an athlete and way too marketable to not have a CBD sponsorship. And then you can hook your boy up with a bottle or two.
Yes.
Because I take a CBD melatonin mix and it is tremendous.
Yeah, that's what the one I'm talking about has melatonin in the mixture as well.
So I actually got these Canadips CBD pouches.
I got the same thing.
Same thing. So big shout out to Canadips for hooking me up with these. I'm excited to try them.
No free shout outs, but shout out to Canada because he just got some freak.
I mean, yeah, that's wild. You mentioned quickly mentioned basketball. You versus Garza. How does that go?
I mean, how tall? 7 feet tall? He's 7 feet.
Yeah, I think he's 6'11".
6'11". Luka's my dog. That's my boy. But I can't shoot. I can do everything else. Basketball, I can do everything else, but I can't shoot, and he can. So that's tough.
Probably like 11-9.
Yeah, he would win. But I think I could put up. I could get some buckets.
He shouted you out. I
saw that he did. Was it yesterday? 2 days ago?
2 days ago.
Yeah. Yep. So, that's my boy.
That's weird. He didn't give me or Drake a shout out, which is really weird.
That is kind of crazy.
So
even though we've shouted him out a lot and had his dad on the podcast like 3 times, we're like really close family friends, honestly. And he didn't shout us out, which is honestly bullshit of him because I shouted him out for being a legend and being the first player that I've ever seen from Iowa with my own eyes get their number retired. But I won't hold it against him. How insane is it that he got his number retired?
It was awesome. Like him. And so we had Megan Gustafson last year, or was that 2 years ago?
She got it retired too?
Yeah.
Damn, so. Shout out Megan. I'm sorry.
She's a savage.
CTE.
Yeah. That's first of all, that's sexist by you, Drake. That's really bad.
That is honestly bad. I'm canceled.
Yep.
No, him and Megan are awesome. You know, I was in ISAC and Megan was too. Super nice. Dog on the court. Luka's a dog.
If wrestling had numbers, Spencer Lee, we would have retired his jersey number before he was done.
In the raft, in the rafter. He'd be in the rafters.
You and him kind of have a thing going on social media, like where you take pictures and you like your boys too. Yeah,
me and Spencer boys. I'm good friends with a lot of the wrestlers just because I grew up wrestling Aaron Costello.
Uh-huh.
And then like we was in the dorms, or like football was in Peterson and wrestling was in Hillcrest.
Yeah, you don't know about that Hillcrest life.
That's true, but yeah, those are I love all those guys. Me and Spence, people love it too because like Spencer's real. He's real short. What is he, like 5'2", 5'3"? We take pictures. It's real funny, but yeah, he's a super good dude.
It is funny. We had a conversation a couple weeks ago on the podcast of if like, okay, so you were around me, Tristan and Drake and Kevin. If we were down, if we were in the down position, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Spencer was on top, do you think that I could get out?
No.
You don't think I could escape Spencer Lee?
I don't think
Tristan,
how much do you weigh?
I'm 195, dude. He's 125. Come on. You don't. Okay. That's okay. You know more about wrestling. Okay. I get it.
Coin flip.
Wow.
It'd be 50-50.
Wow. Do you think Drake?
Do I get out?
You've been like grappling and stuff though.
Yeah.
I think Drake would have a better shot than Kluge. Kluge, you're strong. You're strong, but Drake, how much you weigh?
205.
Oh, that's close. He's just so like technical, and
he's dirty. He's nasty.
I think I would have a tough time.
What?
I could stand up. I could stand up.
Tristan.
Okay, hear me out. I could get up with him, but I think it would be hard to like get him off me. Like he'd be like a backpack on me, but I think it would be very hard to get him completely off me. I would stand up with him easily, So
you would essentially be the tree in that position.
Yes.
Excuse me. And he is the squirrel monkey, right?
Yeah.
Now, the fact that you just said that conversation in the last 2 minutes, I'll be real honest. My self-confidence is at an all-time low. And and that's okay. That's okay. I was thoroughly convinced that I could get up out of a Spencer Lee hold. And now I absolutely think that I can't. because I trust you and I actually respect your opinion that much.
Like you could stand up with him too. You could stand up.
Right.
But I feel like he would be able to break his grip or get out of whatever he has you in. And I think he loves tilts. And I think if he trapped your arm and got you in a tilt, I think he would,
Spencer Lee would make.
You think he could get shoulder? You think if he trapped Kluver's arm with a 2-on-1 and got him tilted,
you think I'd cry?
Turn his hips over and get his shoulders on the mat.
I think so. I think he could.
Oh my God, Kluver! Not only are you not getting up, dude, you're getting tilted and put on your forehead, like the side of your forehead,
dude.
Mashed over.
I just got pinned on the podcast, man. God
no respect to you. It's just an excessive amount of respect for Spencer Lee.
God, dude, yeah, you're right. Spencer would make me cry. That's okay. And that's all right. That's okay. So check that one off. I had that on the checklist just to figure out that question because I needed the answer. Back to diet. You're a big guy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a big guy, right? Which is why I think it's so ridiculous that you think that it would, like, not knowing anything about wrestling, you and Spencer Lee go at it. I think you pin him within 90 seconds. That's my opinion. All right. That's just my opinion. Now, to maintain your size, some would call it girth. Ike would call it girth, right? He's a stallion, by the way. You're also a stallion. What does your diet look like? And how has that changed from college? Obviously, training table. I know exactly what we ate during those days. What does that look like in the NFL, at least in Tampa? And how have you taken it upon yourself now with a little bit of, you got a little coin behind you. You can put a little effort into, throw some resources behind making sure that your nutrition lacks in no way. Right.
Yeah. So I think our food, like we still get food like at our facility, just like at Iowa. Mm-hmm. It's really good stuff. So that was nice. Just not having to necessarily like that all be on you. Cause I can cook, like I can still cook and everything. I still will. But just it's kind of like one less thing to worry about, like knowing you're going to have, breakfast, lunch, and dinner pretty much at the facility. That was really nice. And I think it was really similar to Iowa, always a lot of vegetables, a lot of variety of vegetables. But I think like at home wise, like when I'm cooking, it's not like I'll get like frozen, like a bag of frozen broccoli, like, throw that in the microwave.
Yep. Add some today.
Yeah. I'll cook a steak, cottage cheese.
Dude, how sad is it? How sad is the meat down there compared to what we used to get in Iowa, dude? Because out in Arizona, it's garbage.
It's not bad. There's actually a meat market. It's right. I can't remember the road. But fire. Heights Meat Market is fire. That's where, like, one of the other old linemen told me about it.
They must import their beef.
I don't know. I don't really know much about it, but that's where I would just go get my steaks there. But it's pretty good. But like Iowa, like I remember we had corn on the cob one day too. Like not the whole ones, but like the little half chunks. I was like, I can't eat this. I was like, this is.
That's nice.
But it's still, steak, broccoli. I'll make, chicken every once in a while. I had these chorizo like tacos me and my girlfriend made one night. But it's like I don't eat like crazy. I'm not like on a crazy diet or like have to.
Well, you've always been big, right? Like you were.
Did you join the TB12 method, by the way, since you're ungodly strong to start with, and he's all about pliability and functional strength? Are you on the TB12 method?
No, he gave us some like protein and like electrolytes and stuff.
I was going to ask if you're on any supplements.
No, I don't really. I mean, I'll just drink like like what was the name of the shakes we had at Iowa? Like
Core 42s.
Core 42. We have those in our weight room and stuff. Like I'll drink those. I don't really take supplements.
Damn.
And I might take like I'll just have like protein, protein. But no, I don't really take supplements or nothing.
To go along with that, and I just saw another tweet. It comes up every month or so. actually, speaking of Tom Brady, I mean, he's probably the king of it, but Tom Brady, LeBron, we've heard that it's come out that Russell Wilson spends $1 million a year on his body.
A lot.
It's a lot, right? What kind of work do you have done? Like, you get a massage every week, you go cryo, you got some special stuff that just, wasn't, you're not able to do as a college student, but you can kind of invest. You got a massage gun. What are you working with for body work?
Yeah. So I guess that's something I'm kind of still learning. Like, all the older guys always would help me out, like what I should do. I would get massages. Massage people would come in on Mondays and Fridays.
Sounds nice.
That felt really good. Because I had never really had one before until
you had never had a massage till Tampa?
Well, no, till I was training for the combine. That was the first time. But those felt good. I got a Theragun or whatever, those massage guns. That's about it, really. I mean, I had this strength staff stretch me out sometimes. They had these big steel rollers that weighed 100 pounds or 50 pounds. They put on your hamstrings and stuff. But that's something I'm still trying to get better at.
Well, let me ask you this. So those guys spend a ton of money on their chefs. Why are they getting chefs when the food at the complex is really good?
I think because they have a specific diet that they want to follow. And I think they can get the most organic and fresh produce having a personal chef. So I think that might be
sounds reasonable.
Yeah. I mean,
I just know that if they were cooking me chef cooked meals like I've seen come out of NFL complexes where you can get the salmon and rice and vegetables just like you want it. I just don't understand why you would pay for a chef, but that's just me.
Yeah. We had this app that we could use the night before. It would tell us the food that was there, so you could type in what you wanted and they'd have it in the hot box for you. That was really cool. I would use that for breakfast.
Can you imagine, Klub?
Bro.
I'm so jealous, bro.
I'm so pissed. Tristan, you want to hear what I eat, dude? Bro.
Yeah.
Oh my God. So, so I go to the grocery store, I buy my own food, similar to you, right? So yesterday I had some blueberries and some broccoli. I tried, I'm an adult now. Again, 26 years old, working on 27. We're getting creaky.
And look at that hairline, bro. That hairline says past peak.
Not good. Not good, right? Now I'll still run pro agility with the best of them, right?
Right.
Give me Devontae Smith on that. I'll take him. Najee
Harris.
Harris.
He said, well.
Najee Harris, anybody, right? But so, I'm rocking about 2,800 calories a day for this 195-pound frame. I'm in a bulk sesh right now, so it's actually closer to 3,000. And not everyone's physically gifted, right? And I think what's so crazy about you is I don't even know if you understand how much physical and this is not to take away anything from you, but our lives are just so, I mean, we're not even two different pages in the same book, dude. It's so different. So I get fruit and vegetables every lunch. Right. Mm. And then yesterday, I had some leftover pork from last week that I had made in the crock pot. And then I had a bowl of Lucky Charms. So,
big cereal guy.
Huge. Fruity Pebbles, dude. How many boxes of Fruity Pebbles do you think you could eat? Because those go down fast.
I don't even get the boxes. I get the big bag.
Yes.
So have you guys seen the cereal bars that they're putting out? They have a Reese's Puffs, a Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and a Lucky Charms cereal bar.
Like the old school ones that had the frosting on the bottom.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
They are unbelievable. I'm going through a box every 2 to 3 days right now.
I think they used to have Golden Grams, and those were different.
Tristan, so what was so funny, Ike obviously is just a character, right?
Yeah.
What was maybe one of the best parts about Ike Butker is how much he just absolutely loves eating food. And he was always the guy with the new spot, right? Oh, hey, you got to try this from this place. And it made me happy to see how excited he was to eat meals sometimes. I mean, it was on that level. If Tristan Wirfs gets to choose whatever food on earth, like you get one meal, like full 5-course, you get an appetizer, you get an entree, you get some sides, you get some dessert. Where are you going? What are the favorite foods? Like what are you going to smash if you just get to make your perfect meal?
Oh my gosh. That's tough.
I mean, just name some things.
Okay, appetizer, I love like breaded mushrooms, like fried mushrooms.
I did not think we were going there, but okay.
Have you ever tried lobster dumplings from P.F. Chang's?
You can't tell me about this stuff, so now I got to go find it.
Dude, go to the nearest P.F. Chang's. I know there's P.F. Chang's in Tampa, and get the lobster dumplings, bro. Holy smokes.
But I think like the whole like first half of like my go-to meal will be it sucks because I just heard it closed down, Carl and Ernie's in Iowa City.
I don't even know what that is.
Oh my gosh. Okay, it's over
Carl and Ernie's closed down?
Yes, dude.
Buy it. Just buy it. You have the money. Just buy it and let somebody else run it.
It sucks. Like that was my spot. But they had really good breaded mushrooms. You get the BLT with a slice of cheddar cheese and an egg on it. A BLT with a slice of cheese and an egg. Unreal.
Okay, so Carl and Ernie's is one course. That's just the first course. What's course 2?
Yeah. Course 2?
Yeah. You're a big boy. This is a mukbang.
Oh my gosh.
What's dessert, bro? Like what are you hitting on dessert if you get a choice?
I don't know if you guys have been there, like the Zio Giano's, like the cookie cake, the Zuki. That's amazing.
Oh, little Zio Giano's action, baby. You know we've been there.
This is how you know Tristan is the most down-to-earth millionaire of all time. He said the first 2 courses of his meal of all meals is Carl and Ernie's and Zio Giano's.
Straight out of Iowa City, baby.
And I think I've always said this death row meal. It'll be this forever. My mom's chicken and corn casserole. It's the best thing on the planet. Like that'll be all time.
Wow.
So Does it have cornbread in it?
No. Okay, so what it is, like you get like egg, you boil egg noodles. You put it all like say in a big pan. I'm giving away like her secrets. I feel like.
You don't have to give it away.
The people are gonna love this.
No, they're gonna want to know.
Yeah, they're gonna all cook this, and then you're gonna be like, Tristan's mom's chicken and corn casserole is the absolute tits.
Yeah. You might have just given her a new job, a new side hustle.
It's the best. So it's like, you boil the noodles, you put it in a pan, can of cream of chicken soup, a can of corn. Sometimes she does just a can of chicken, like a can of tuna, but a can of chicken.
Sure.
If she's feeling spicy or something, she'll go down to a store and get a rotisserie chicken and like shred that up and put it in there. And then she puts cheese on top and bakes it. And then she'll take it out. I don't know if it's halfway or whatever until the cheese is melted. And she'll put Lay's chips on top and a little more cheese, and then Lay's to finish off and bake it again. Dude, the best of all time. Like it's so good. It's my death row meal all day, every day.
That's course 3.
That's course 3. I said dessert.
That's probably good. I didn't want to make it a whole thing, but I was curious. I know that big guys, they, everybody on earth has like that one food and it's fun to hear that. So that's awesome. Yeah. I thought of this question earlier, and I try to be cool and be like a good interviewer, and I'm really not. I'm not great at it, and I should be after 200 episodes, but I'm not. Has there, this crazy Super Bowl run, you're 22, you're living life, you're in Tampa, you're going to Ybor City on the weekends and just having a blast, right? And do you ever think back to times, or do you have any stories where your life could have gone in a significantly different direction, where like you might have been like in a dangerous position, or an injury might have happened, or you did something stupid as a kid where you could have like completely. I think back, for me, example, I was in the car with my brother one time. It was icy in Marshalltown. I was like 17 years old, driving the big Cadillac that I used to drive. and we hit a patch of black ice. We did I shit you not. It was like in Mario when you get hit with the when you get hit with the ball from behind and you just do a perfect 360. My car did that on the road.
Yeah.
But not only did it do that, it just kept going straight. As once we hit the 360, it was like nothing ever happened. And I looked at my brother like, oh my God, we were supposed to die right there.
Yeah.
Was there any ever, and I can think of a bunch of other stupid shit that I did when I was, like 10 to 16 years old.
Oh yeah.
You got any stories like that where you're like, wow, that was stupid. Shouldn't have done that.
I think a couple of them, well, not a couple, but just two, they're kind of similar. So my buddy, he lived out in the country, you got to get gravel roads to get there. And, there was this hill, kind of on the way to his house, a big gravel road hill. So it went up, down, up, and like they're big. I don't know why they made it like that, or if they made it, or just, I don't know.
I know where this is going.
There's a part, I don't know if you know, on gravel in Iowa, like there'll be like deep drop offs, like into just ravines.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, that's where like the hills were, but it was like not a small distance where like the ravine was, but like it was pretty long. And, but then it comes right back up. So like, even with the road. And so, it was wintertime. And for some reason, I don't know what I was going fast. And I was going fast. I looked in the back seat I don't know why, going over these hills, and it was snowing. And I remember I look in the back seat and I feel like, it gets real loose over on the sides, and I feel it start pulling me. And I look forward and I go down and like okay, so like it's ravine and then it starts coming up back normal. And I hit where it comes flat again. Like it was like a 50-foot drop off. And I should have been dead right there. Like
right.
I don't know about 50 feet, but like it's, my car would have rolled down the hill, like in a long ways. But it's just like I went in the ditch, just, I hit the spot where it comes back up to flat. And I was just like, I kind of sat there. I was like, holy cow, and the other time was the same thing, going out to his house. I don't know who made this road, but there's a deep thing. And then there's a big S curve going down a hill. And, I think I was texting and my back tire hits the loose gravel and it pulls me in and like down into it. And I'm cranking the wheel and I shoot back across the other side and I crank it back. And I did like this big fishtail, like into the ditch, into the other ditch. And I come back straight. And I was just like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know. I got to pay attention on this road. But like, those were two times where I was like, I should.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, I think everyone's been there, like in a scary moment in the car.
Yeah. Yeah.
And you're just like, after that, you're just like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm a dumbass.
Yeah.
I'm that stupid.
Yeah. You're like, you got two hands on the wheel. But I had to call my buddy and have him come, like have his dad come pull me out. I was like, oh my gosh. But that one was really scary because you could look, like if you looked out like the back window of my car, like when I was stuck in the ditch, you could see like how close I was.
Oh my God.
Like it was.
Well, I'm happy that I could pull that out of you and we could incriminate you a little bit. So that's good. Back to football again. We don't want to take up too much of your time. What does off-season training look like now for you?
I was just about to ask you if you were ever going to go out and train in George's new barn.
That's what I'm getting at is
state of the art.
Right. Like people have their own routines and stuff.
I just saw that. Like, did he build that or?
Yep.
No. So he bought a new property. Him and his wife bought 75 acres in Nashville, just outside of Nashville. I guess I shouldn't be giving this away, but I think,
you just murdered George.
I think it's well known at this point. I won't ever. Obviously, I don't give out addresses.
Here's the address.
He's in Tennessee on a big acreage, and it had a house built, I believe, and it already had the barn. And from what I understand, Claire loved the house, and George was like, dude, we can have it. Just let me make the barn my training facility. And she was like, sold. And now the barn is like damn near fully furnished with multiple stories.
From the picture stuff, that's what
Yeah, just an absolute state of the art with those treadmills. They got woodways, they got sprint treadmills. Well, they got everything, dude.
Yeah, that looks. I've seen like I think I saw videos of it today, maybe yesterday, but I was like, I didn't know where he was at or if that was like his. I guess it's his own. You know, now
That's
I know
his
it's
own, dude.
But I don't know. I don't know who I would talk to go there. But I'm going back. You know, I'm flying back to Iowa tomorrow, and then I'll start training up in Iowa City on Monday.
So you're just gonna do it in the old facility, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, God. I wish I was cool and still in the league, because then I'd come and I'd train with you, man. I would.
Yeah. I'm excited though.
Gosh, I love you. I think that's where we're at here. Drake, what do you think about Drake's look right now?
He's rocking the mullet.
I mean,
got like the feathered kind of
it's White Goodman.
White Goodman look going up front too. So it's like,
dude, you know, I just wanted to reinvent the mullet. That's all I wanted to do. I didn't want to have a normal ass mullet.
Right.
And I have an inspiration from Theo Vaughn that is very, very strong. My adoration for him. And I had hair longer than I've ever had it. And I'm like, screw it, dude. It's mullet season. And just like you got the big old bouncy curls.
It's getting crazy.
It's getting insane, dude.
Jesus.
I got a long one in here. It's getting.
Oh my God.
It's way long.
The NFL offensive line fraternity is like a real thing. And have you made cool NFL offensive line friends yet? Or are you still a little delayed in that process? Because I've seen the Instagram offensive lines fraternity is strong.
I think a lot of like lot of other rookie O-linemen, and then obviously like my teammates, but I don't know if I'm there yet with like all the vets, you know, the other veteran O-linemen across the league, but definitely a lot of the other rookie O-linemen.
I'm really glad that you came on again. I just am. I'm very thankful. I sit here and think, like, how long will the guys that were actually good at football still pity us and come on the show? And I mean, you're just proving what Coach Polasek told us last week. Like, you're just a great guy. I'm extremely happy for you. I don't know how you get better from here, and I'm glad that I don't have to figure that out. But I also am glad that I'm not the defensive linemen that are trying to get past you. So thank you so much for coming on again. And we're going to have you back. As long as this podcast is happening, we'll have you back every offseason for sure.
I love the deal.
Love it. He's the champ. He's the world champ, baby. Him and Nelly, the champ, put the belt on. Rodgers can take a back seat and Wirfs can put the belt on. That's episode 198 of the Washed Up Walk-Ons. My goodness, what a show. Thank you guys for listening. We'll be back again next week, and we'll talk to you then. Peace.